Hello, so we are on the Guitar Method for Kids book. That's this one. Just finished the other book, which is the one slightly before this one. And this is the one we're doing now, Guitar Methods for Kids. We've been doing this one for a little while. So we've got some really good stuff in here that we can play already. Aha, hello. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're all well. So, today, let me just check my volumes a second. So today, we're going to start with a little quiz, a couple of questions for you, okay? I'm going to play two notes. The second note, is it higher or lower than the first note, okay? So if you're able to type into chat, you can just type your answer in there. That'd be fantastic. So question number one, is the second note higher or lower? All right, here we go. Here comes the second note. Right, I'll play that again. First note. And then the second one. All right, is that second note higher or lower? What do you think? I'm going to have a little sip of tea while you type your answer in. Second note, higher or lower, please? Okay, I'll just play them again in case you want to hear them. That was the first one. This was the second one. Okay, is the second note higher or lower? That's what we need to know. Right, I'll go on to number two. What do you think about this one? Again, is the second note higher or lower? This one's a tricky one. You have to be careful with this one. All right, be careful with this one. Think about it carefully. If you like singing, it's a really good idea to try singing along with it because it's easy to work out if you kind of sing the notes. That's the first note. This is the second note. Oh, my singing's really bad today. It's always really bad. Right, here's the first note. And then the second one. Higher or lower? Oh, we got some answers. Yeah, good, good, good. That one is lower. The first question was this one. And that's actually higher. Again, if you try singing it, I probably shouldn't. Bom, bom. The second one's higher, right? But it's really hard. That's a tricky one, that one. All right, last one. Last one. We'll do a bit of a should be easier, this one. Okay, here's the first note. Here's the second one. First one. And the second one. That should be a little bit easier. Let's see what you think about that one. Okay, is the second note higher or lower? All right, let's wait for a couple of answers here. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Right. While I wait, which I'm sure won't be long, I'm just going to show you this as well. Okay. Now on here we have 4 different notes, don't we? So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green, red, pink, and yellow. Right? Higher. Well done. Yes, it was higher. Perfect. Good job. So, green, red, pink, yellow. Which note is the biggest note, do you think? Which note is the highest value and which is the lowest? So what I want you to do is to put them in order for me of biggest to smallest. Okay? At the moment they are wrong. I want biggest to smallest, please. So you could type the colours into chat. That would be fantastic. What do you think is the note that's worth the most? And then the one that's worth the least, okay? Green, red, pink, and yellow. And you can just type the colours into chat. That would be fantastic. What do you think they should be? I'm going to hold them up here. And on the back, I'm just going to write how much each one is worth, okay? While you have a little think about that. Okay, biggest to smallest. Ta-da! This might take you a little bit longer to type out. Okay? And I'm going to start moving them now onto the back of my board where I've got my answers. Hopefully you've written some stuff down by now. Biggest to smallest, please. All right, well done. There's some good answers there. So really well done. Thank you for putting them in. Right. Yeah, not bad answers. So here we go. This is the correct order, okay? So we got red, green, yellow, and pink. This one here is worth 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a long note, okay? And what I'll do is I'll play that on the guitar in a minute for you. This one is worth 2 beats. 1, 2. That's 1 beat. And that one is only worth half a beat. Little half beat one there, all by itself at the end in the pink. Okay? So yeah, what I'll do is I'll just play those for you so you get an idea of what I mean. So if we were doing our normal count, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Let me play the red one, which is the biggest one. That's worth 4. So I would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can hear the note just keeps going for a long time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That green one, that's worth 2. So I would play it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So can you hear how it stops after 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? The yellow one is worth 1 beat. That stops after 1. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this little one here is only worth half a beat. So when we've got half a beat, we need to think about how we're counting it, because we're going to have to count it slightly differently because we need to get that half in there. So when we've got half beats, we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we add a little and in between the numbers, okay? So if I played that one, I would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can hear it's quite short, isn't it? All right. We'll do more of that later, well, some other time, okay? Not later today, but some other time. So don't worry if you're still unsure about some of them. But also if you have a specific question, you can just type it into chat, okay? And I'll answer it in a minute when I can. All right. So well done. Good job looking at those. Next thing we want to do is think about the notes that we know on our guitar. So we're going to turn to page, in your books, probably page 20. In my book, page 18. But what you're looking for is the note review page, okay? I'll show you what that looks like if you're not sure. It looks like that. It says note review at the top. It may well be page 20 for you guys. Okay? For me, it's 18. But as I say every week, some of the books are numbered differently, okay? So, right. Now, the note review is going to help us practice the 6 notes that we know so far. All right? The 6 notes we know so far are basically the alphabet without the A. There's no A in it yet. All right. I don't know why. I do know why. Right. Don't worry. Start on the B. So we're going to go 6 notes. B, C, D, E, F, G. All right. B, C, D, E, F, G. 6 notes we've got so far. So here we go. Let's see if we can remember how to play all of those notes. And we need to remember how we actually read them as well. So look at your books. You will see a music stave there with B, C, D, E, F, G written on them, which is going to help you remember how to read them. Let's start with a B. So we're going to play a B. So if you remember, that is just the 2nd string all by itself. So play me a B note. Next one is a C. The C is on the 1st fret. Again, 2nd string, C. And then the D was on the 3rd fret. So play a D, please. So all of that is on the 2nd string, B, C, and D. Okay, the next string, which is your 1st string, was E, F, and G, wasn't it? So E is open, so let's have a go at playing that. Here we go. And then play me an F, please. So that's the 1st fret again. And then a G. 3rd fret. All right. So what we're playing is on both strings, we're playing them open. And then fret 1. And then fret 3. We're doing that on both strings, okay? So it's like a little pattern. Remember to use your 1st finger for the 1st fret and then your 3rd finger for the 3rd, okay? And we don't need them both down. We don't need to stretch. We can go there and then there. We can move our hands a little bit, okay? Like that. Right. Can you please pop into the chat a number between 1 and 5 for me? 5 is you're happy with all of those 6 notes. And 1 is that you really can't remember any of them. And then you can put any number in between. So 1 to 5. 1 is you can't remember it. 5 is you're happy with them and you can play them, okay? If you could pop that into chat, that'd be fantastic, because then I know how you feel about those 6 notes. Those 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because what we're going to do next uses all of these notes, all right? So it's important that we're happy with them and we know what they are. Excellent. I can see a 5, 4. That's pretty good. So we're generally quite happy. That's fantastic. Well done. Right, so what we're going to do is, on that page, note review, you will see 4 exercises, 4 little bits of music with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 next to them in the middle of the page, okay? We have to work out what the notes are, and then we have to practice playing them, okay? So let's have a little look at number 1. What notes do you think they are that we're playing? If you notice, it's got 4 notes that are all the same, and then 4 notes that are different again, okay? So we're only playing 2 different notes for each exercise. Let me just grab the book and I'll show you just in case you're confused. Woohoo! There's the book. I got it now. Right, so we're doing number 1. Just there, look. And in each of these exercises, like I say, what we do is we play 4 notes using 1 and then 4 notes using a different note. Okay, so 4 and 4, right? Ah, look, someone's popped the answer in already, which is fantastic. Well done. That's what I was going to say. So yes, for number 1, it's like an earthquake. It's an earthquake. No, what's happening? Ah! Sorry. Being silly again. Right, so yes, D and F. So what we have to do is we have to play the D 4 times. So where's the D? Can you find the D note? Find that D note quickly, please. Oh, you're moving on. Okay, yeah, you're moving on to number 2. Let's just do number 1 because we're going to play it, okay? And then we'll do number 2, 3, and 4. All right? So let's do number 1 first. So finger on a D note, and we're going to play that 4 times. And then we're going to go to F, which is on the 1st string. So if you notice what we're doing is we've got our 3rd finger for the 2nd string, and then our 1st finger for the 1st string. So we're kind of doing that, aren't we? 2nd string, 1st string. All right? So let's try playing that. Now what's important here is we don't want to pause in the middle of those notes. So we don't want a break. We don't want that. Okay, we want 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no pauses. Okay? Right, so here we go. I'm going to play. Feel free to play along with me or at your own speed, but you have to play it as well. All right? So here we go. Finger on that D note, 3rd finger. And get that 1st finger kind of hovering so it's kind of ready to go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And F, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And F, 2, 3, 4. Right. However, we haven't finished because you will notice, I hope, that at the beginning and at the end of that little bit of music, there's 2 little dots. Okay, dot, 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 dot. Remember, that means repeat. I'm sure you remembered that. So what we actually have to do is play that twice. So we're going to go like this. D, 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 F, 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 D, 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 F, 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 F. All right. Whew. So here you go. Are we ready? Finger back on that D. This time we're going to repeat it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And F, 2, 3, 4. And repeat. D, 2, 3, 4. And F, 2, 3, 4. All right. There we go. Okay, exercise number 2. You've already worked it out. Well done. You popped in the C and a G there. I can tell that in the chat. That is number 2. Yeah, number 2 is C and G. So now our fingers have kind of swapped around, haven't they? So we're going to start on the C, 2nd string. 4 of those. And then G on the 1st string. So C and G. Okay, here we go. Let's play that one. And remember the repeat. So we're going to do it twice. Finger on the C. 3rd finger just kind of hovering, ready for the G note, please. And 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. And then the G. 3, 4. And C, 2, 3, 4. And G, 2, 3, 4. So remember, you don't have to stretch all the way for those 2 notes. Just kind of keep your fingers ready, and you can just move your hand a little bit like that. Okay. Right. Let's go one more time for that C and the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. And G, 2, 3, 4. And C, 2, 3, 4. And G, 2, 3, 4. All right. Excellent. Number 3. You can work it out again. What are the notes for number 3? This one is really easy. You'll find out why in a minute. As soon as you identify the notes, you should be able to say why it's really easy as well, okay? So, what do you think the notes are? I'm just waiting on the chat here. I'm quite interested to see what the answer is. Oh, the answer, B and E. B and E. So the reason it's really easy, hopefully you already have realised, is that we don't need any fingers for it up here. Okay? Yeah! Well done, B and E. So we don't need to worry about any fingers, do we? Because B is the second string and E is the first string. So that's pretty easy, right? Okay, are you ready? Let's play. So we're going to do it twice again because we've got the repeat signs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and E. 2, 3, 4, and B. 2, 3, 4, and E. 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple. Let's go on to number 4. It's a little bit harder. Number 4, please. What do you think the notes are? Have a little work out. Yeah, work it out. So if you're not sure, just check where they are on the lines and then look up at the top of that note review where you've got all the notes written down and just find them on there. Find them on it. All right. Okay. Can give you another few seconds and then I'll tell you the answer. Well done, C and F. Good job, well done. Excellent. Right, so a C and an F. They're both on the first fret, aren't they? So you've got a choice here, is you can either just use one finger and just move it down, or you could kind of have 2 fingers ready. And just swap them over. Up to you. Don't mind how you do this one. Both ways will work perfectly well. All right, just have a little think about that. And yes, well done. You both got the C and the F there. Fantastic job. All right, so let's play the C and the F and repeat again, because they're, again, dots at the beginning and end. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. All right, so could you please, again, pop into the chat a 1 to 5 about how you feel about those 4 exercises. 1 to 5, obviously 1 that you're not very happy with them, and 5 is that you're confident with them and they went quite well. All right, so 1 to 5, please, in the chat. Thank you very much. Okay, good. 4. That's pretty good. Well done. Well done. And 3. Yeah, that's not bad either. It's not the easiest little exercise thing, that one. So what I'd suggest is finding the ones that were trickier for you. I'm guessing 1 and 2 were probably the harder ones because you had to use your first and third fingers. So that was the D and the F, wasn't it, for number 1, and then number 2 was the C and the G. They might have been the hardest ones. So just make sure you're practicing those a little bit, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the song at the bottom here, Ode to Joy. Now, this song is, as you'll notice, a lot longer than anything else that we've done in the book really so far. Some of the things we've done with the chords were quite long as well, like Eleanor Rigby, but this is the longest thing we've done just using individual notes. And there's a lot of notes, isn't there? So what we're going to do, we're just going to work out that top line, all right? And we're going to do it bar by bar. So we're going to do 4 notes, work out the first 4 notes, and then the next 4 notes, okay? So we can make sure we've got them all written down correctly. Be a good idea to grab a pencil if you haven't got one, so you can write them into your book. It's quite a tricky piece, so if you write the notes in your book, it will really help. Got to sneeze. Excuse me. All right, so if you haven't got a pencil, just try and grab one quickly, and then we'll go through what those notes are, and I'll write them on my board as well, okay? And we can write them in. Right, so if you can, have a look at the first 4 notes, only the first 4, and what do you think they are? Okay, can you write in the chat what you think those first 4 notes are, and I'll pop them on the board as well. All right, let's have a little look. Okay, I've done it. So I've got the first 4 notes there written down. You don't need me to do anything, do you? You've done it. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, E, E, F, G. Well done. All right, let's do the next 4 as well then, please. Next 4. Again, try and write them in your book if you haven't. All right, I'm done. Right, so we've got E, E, F, G to start with, and then the next 4 as well. Let's just see what you think they are before I tell you. Here it comes, here it comes. Nice, well done. Right. So let's make a start just with those, okay? So have you written them in your book? It does make it a lot easier if you write these into your book, okay? So we're going to go like this. E, E, F, G. Okay, we're just going to play the first 4 to start with. E, E, F, G. Okay? Right, let's play that together. Join in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. E, E, F, G. Okay? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, E, F, G. Okay. Excellent. Right, so now we're going to add in the next 4 as well. If you notice, I'll play it for you. If you notice, what we do is we go up in the first bar, the first 4 notes, and then we come back down again. All right, so we kind of go up and then back down. We finish on a D though, so just be careful of that. All right, so let's play the first 4 one more time. First 4 notes one more time. E, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, E, F, G. Right, now if you keep your finger there, keep it there, because we're going to come back down now and play the next 4 notes, okay? So, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. G, F, E, D. Now D can be quite tricky. G, F, E, D. Okay, remember the 3rd finger for that D. If you use the right finger, it'll make it easier once you've practiced it a little bit, all right? Okay, we're going to play all 4 of those notes from the beginning and the next 4, right? So all 8 together. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, keep it there, and then G, F, E, D. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, F, G. Keep it there, and then G, F, E, D. Okay. I think it's quite a tricky little piece, actually. So how do you feel about that so far? Between 1 and 5, please. Between 1 and 5. I'm just going to write on my board the next few notes, okay? Just to save us any time. How do you feel, 1 to 5, about those first 8? As I said, I think this is quite a hard piece. It normally splits people, because what happens is those who practice it a lot quite enjoy it and then can play it really well, and those people that don't practice very much can just never play it and struggle. Yeah, too, it's difficult, isn't it? I know exactly where you're coming from. Yeah, it's not the easiest piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the next few notes. We're not going to play them now, all right? Because first of all, we're running out of time, but secondly, it's going to get really confusing if we actually play them all right now. But I want you to know what they are, because next week is half term and we won't have a lesson, okay? So I want to make sure you've got stuff to practice. So here are all of those notes. So we've already written down, hopefully you've written these down as well. We've already got the E, E, F, G, and then the G, F, E, D. Yeah? So the next ones are C, C, D, and E. Can you see that okay? All right, so we got C, C, D, and E. So just write those down as well if you've got a pencil there. And then we finish with E, D, D. All right. Okay, so the good thing is, though, about this song is that once you've learnt that top line, the second line is almost exactly the same, okay? And then the last line is exactly the same as the second line. So the really hard bit is just making sure you learn the first line. Once you've got that first line done, line 3 is a bit tricky, but line 2 and 4 are fine, okay? So once you've learned line 1, you're actually learning line 1, 2, and 4, really, okay? The ends of the lines both say ED. Not sure what you mean by that. So what? Oh, do you mean the bar number 2 says ED, and then the last line, bar 4, says ED? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It does say that. Yes, we've got ED there, but EDD there. So remember, there's 2 Ds at the end. All right. Okay. Right. So you need to practice that. That is your practice homework from me, and that will last you really until the next lesson after half term, okay? You're very funny, who is Ed? I like that. Right, so just practice that top line. What we're going to do is after half term, we'll do video lessons again until we're back in school, okay? Hopefully we'll be back in school quite soon, but no one really knows what's going on. I don't. So, yeah, you're right. ED and then EDD. You are right. Okay, so next week, no lesson, half term, have a break, have some fun, but try to keep practicing this piece. Just really focus on that top line. Get that top line nice, and the rest of it is easy, okay? Right. Great job today. Well done. I know this bit's quite tricky, but you will get it really quickly if you practice, okay? I have faith in you all. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.